Hey everybody, it's Tracy, and I'm going to try a little something different this time. Instead of working on a mini, I'm going to work on a tag, an idea I had for a way to do tags. I haven't seen anybody do this before. Maybe somebody has, and if they have, please tell me. I like to give everybody credit if it's somebody's idea. The first thing I want to do is, this is a piece of watercolor paper, and I have been watching Rachel's videos. I'll put her YouTube name on the screen. She has some awesome techniques, and one of them is using glimmer mist and some saran wrap. And I wanted to do that first on this tag. This segment I'm going to try my hand at editing, so this is going to be pieced together as we do the different sections, so we'll see how this comes out. First of all, I'm using Garden Fairy, Blue Skies, and Caramel Apple, and according to her instructions, you're supposed to saturate your paper pretty good with the glimmer mist. And I think she worked from light to dark with her colors. And then went back and added whatever she felt it needed. Then you take your saran wrap that you have wrinkled up and you lay it down on top of it and you kind of scrunch it up. And what it does is, wherever those scrunchies are, the mica collects and makes patterns on your paper. So we're going to let that dry, and we'll come back to the next step. Okay, it has dried, and isn't that really neat? I think you can see the shimmer real good, and the pattern it's left on there from the cling wrap. I didn't let it totally dry under the cling wrap. It's watercolor paper, so it was really soaking it up and taking a long time, so I peeled it off, and it had left the pattern already, so I just finished drying it the rest of the way with a heat gun. But that's what it looks like. Now I've got some flowers, some of my petals that I make for my homemade flowers here, and I made some glimmer mist up with just some water and some perfect pearls, and I'm just going to spritz those. I'm going to leave them white. And I also took a couple of the petals that you can get from Michael's. These are all chopped up now, but that's what I was going to show you. I use this Martha Stewart punch and punch some leaves out with this punch, and it's not real easy to do. One side will punch through, but you usually have to cut the other side with your scissors. So I just punched a couple of those right now, and then I punched one out of the this, I can't remember what you call this stuff, but anyway, I punched one out of that, and I'll probably punch more leaves for that after a while. But now I want to spray these petals with this perfect pearls and get some shimmer on them. Okay, we've got our flowers put together now. I just used some hot glue to put them together, and I'm going to make some centers for them. I'm just going to put some glossy accents in here, just a good sized glob of it. And I have some Martha Stewart micro beads. These are the silver ones. These are some of the ones that I got on clearance at Michael's. So I'm just going to pour the beads in. Just do it generously in the tray, and I like to tap it down a little bit, make sure it gets in the glue good, and just leave those in there for a little while that glue sets up. So that's our one step. And also on our tag, I want the top of it to have a little bit of a decorative edge, so I'm going to use one of the Nestabilities, and I'm just going to line it up across the top and use a pencil to draw around the inside edge of that, and just use some scissors to cut it out. and then we'll be on to our next step. Okay, we've got our top cut on our tag, so it's ready to go, and our flowers have their centers, so they're all ready. Next, I want to edge the tag, and I'm going to use some silver because the mica that's on this tag is silver. I finished up the edges of the tag, finished melting the embossing powder, and now we're actually to the point of this tag, which was the technique that I wanted to show you. And it's the purpose of having this circle cut out of the tag. You don't have to have a circle. You can have diamonds. This one I did with my Cricut. You don't have to do that. On this one I just drew a line across and used a little cutout square to line up the points on the line that I drew, and then cut it out with an X-Acto knife. I also did this one on the Cricut. It just takes some playing with it to get your spacing done. I can't give you exact measurements or anything because it's going to depend on the size of your beads, how many you want to put in the opening, how wide it needs to be, what shape. I mean, you don't have to do diamonds. You can do, like I did, the oval. You can do circles. You can do squares. Any shape you want. A heart. But it's going to depend what you want for your sizes. So I can't tell you, do it this far and this far apart and at this measurement. But this one, what you basically do is you cut your hole out. Then you're going to string your beads on a piece of beading wire, and you'll have to, like I said, play around with the size depending on how long your bead strand is going to be or how wide. This opening probably could have been a little narrower, but you're going to just take a piece of Scotch tape and you're going to tape down your wire after you've strung your beads and put it on the back. And of course you're going to have a backing for this to cover up your wire. And I cut one of those out of some designer paper on my Cricut, and you're just basically going to line it up on the back to cover up all that. Here's a little tip though. I didn't think about it the first time I cut it out. Being as you're flipping your tag, you're also going to have to flip your paper instead of cutting it out on the designer paper side. You'd have to flip it for it to match the hole. So I'm going to put that backing on and finish up the tag, and then I'll come back and show you the finished product. Alright, I'm back with the finished tag, and you can see the beads in the cutout, and I hope you like it. If you have any questions about this, I know this was real choppy and not real smooth, but anyway, if there's anything that you need to know, just drop me a question in the comment box. Basically I just added a little piece of tulle behind here and some ribbon across that. Put the flowers and those leaves that I'd cut out from those petals underneath the flowers, and I put a little piece of lace trim across here and added a large eyelet and some white fibers to it, and the back is finished. You can see the wire through there a little bit, but it's not that big a deal, and if you wanted to, you could probably put some kind of embellishment or sticker or something on the back if it really bugged you. One little tip though, I tried to use my brayer when I put the back paper on, and you have to really be careful if you're going to use these thicker beads, because it pushed the bead to the side and then it pulled the wire down so that they weren't centered up in the circle. So it'd probably be best just to use your fingers to go around here and maybe set it on top of a folded up cloth or something soft so that it's not pushed down into your flat surface, so it won't bend that. You might want to use flatter beads or something like that, but just a little tip to add there. But I'm going to put some close-up photos of this on my blog if you want to see some close-ups of it, of the details. So I hope you like this, and let me know what you think about it, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.